Hey there everyone, it's me, Safari Sam, your invertebrate mate, and Naughty Cat, back with another magnificent episode. We're kind of breaking schedule here. Over the past several long times, I have been making a lot of live animal videos, mostly with invertebrates, but also trying to get some reptiles and amphibians in there, alright? And then of course just a few regular specimen videos. I'll probably be uploading this during my Triops raising saga, which is the beginning of this kind of new era of Safari Sam live animal videos, which I kind of felt kicked off with the cicada video. I love cicadas. But today we went to the 2024 Atlanta Reptile Nation Expo. And I haven't been to a reptile expo in so long. Last one I was at had imported fire-bellied toads, which is illegal to import now. So it was a while ago. Did get a toad at that expo. It's been a long time. But today we got a huge bag full of stuff, including some new live critters, which we'll show you at the very end. But keep in mind, I have recorded a lot before now. So I'm going to record these live critters, and you might not see them again for a while, specifically because I have so many videos, months worth of videos already scheduled to upload. This one I'm breaking the schedule for, because if I upload this months after the expo, it's not going to be relevant. So I want to show you many of the cool things I got, like this 12-inch UVB light, and see if you can guess what critters I got based on a lot of the stuff I got here. This UVB light doesn't put off heat, at least no more than a regular light bulb, so it won't overheat the critter that it's for. It goes on a 12-inch wide terrarium. Pretty cool. As you can probably guess, it is an arboreal light. And we also got this bio drain mesh. This will separate our layers in a bioactive terrarium. So you'll have like your drainage layer, this, and then your substrate on top. And this keeps the drainage layer from mixing into the substrate. Very fun, very cool. Let me know in the comments if you went to this Reptile Expo in Atlanta or in any other city. They're also in like Houston and stuff. What's next? So many fun things. Wow, something just fell out of my ear. I'm very gross. Speaking of substrate though, we got this cool hand-mixed substrate from Reptiles Sold Here. It's a cool bioactive substrate and a good amount for the size terrarium I am making. Very cool. Ingredients are organic sphagnum peat moss, coconut fiber, topsoil, mushroom compost, vermiculite, I'm not super familiar with that one, worm castings, orchid bark, sphagnum moss, bone meal, kelp meal, oyster shells, and potash. It was $10, which is good for his hand-mixed bag and stuff. And it's good for a 12 by 12 floor space, which is, of course, what we're working with. Now, we also got these. These are from Sam's Reptile Shop. It's a hydration layer. One bag was about $13, and they're these kind of expanding clay balls. We got the last one, the very last one, and this will be our drainage layer for excess water to run into in the bioactive setup. And you want that so your plants don't get overwatered and your soil doesn't get waterlogged and things like that. What's next? Stick them up. This is pretty cool. As you can see, it is a grapevine branch. Probably a little pricey as it looks, but I didn't want to just go out into the yard and get something like you have to boil or heat in the oven things from the yard. And I wanted something really sturdy for our arboreal critter that we got today. What I'm going to probably do with this is cut it in half right here. I guess that's not technically a half, but it's something. And then maybe stick them each across. Or I could find a way to display it sort of like that maybe, which might actually be what ends up happening, here going across like that. We'll just have to see. And then a receipt and a business card, which I will file away This is my raincoat. It's been raining. There's a hurricane. A couple states over. Huh. I got a lot less than I felt like I got. Cash-wise. Should I have bought more? No. Surely not. I really wanted to get a millipede and a praying mantis. There was only one booth that had them. I guess I'm not too surprised. At the time of recording this, it is kind of the off-season. We're going into the off-season for praying mantises. Expected more millipedes. Only one booth had them, and it was the same booth that had both. But I'd already spent a little more than I wanted on this. And the reason it feels like I have more stuff is because there was like a 50% off reptile things at Petco, and I got a lot of that. So there is more though. I also got this nursery. This is really cool. So it's got a little screen on the front, a little handle. It's translucent but not fully transparent, so it's kind of opaque. And it's got several cool things inside. It's got ventilation on the back as well for our critter. This was $25, this lizard nursery. It came with a spray bottle. I already have a spray bottle, but this one's got nice little measurements on the side, and it just came with it. $25 was actually a really good deal, this little custom made thing. It comes with gecko diet. There are a lot of geckos that eat this Pangea food, but it should really help narrow it down. A lot of geckos can eat that. And it's got like a little piece of PVC pipe for the critter to crawl around in. It's got these two little bottle caps that you can use for food and water. Got a little blue one for water, but they can also lick up water droplets. And a little squishy yellow one for food. That's pretty fun. If you look inside, there's like a fake vine, and there's little pieces of pool noodle that it can jump on, and in the very back there you have a big piece of cork bark. What's a terrarium without cork bark? Am I right, folks? Not much. It's got a paper towel in the bottom. The species of lizard we're going to be raising kind of has a habit of not being the best eater when you first get them as babies, but we've been doing extensive research to make sure that our baby eats, poops, and grows old. Naughty Cat is going effing berserk. Now, let's hop into this, eh? We didn't buy this blue container, we've had it for a bit, but there's other things in here that'll give you hints to the identity of our critters, including the critters themselves. Alright, let's move you over, little friend. And we've got this kind of lotus pod. See, you know, it's got these big holes and whatnot. A lot of people put these in isopod enclosures, little isopod colonies. Interesting. Why would we have that? Another thing people use for isopods is this kind of calcium. Huh? Now, why would we need isopod calcium? Who knows? Boop. Is it maybe because we got a ton of isopods? Yes, this actually is not my first go at isopods. We'll be having other isopod videos in the future. But these are also from Sam's Reptile Shop. They're Porceliones purinosus. They're orange cream isopods. This is a batch of 5 for $8. And this is a batch of 12 for $15. Because I wanted 15, but they were kind of running low. So I got these. Let me pop open one of these puppies and show you these amazing, perfect, cute little guys. I am a huge invertebrate fan. A lot of our videos are going to be invertebrates. I was thinking maybe calling Safari Sam fans invertebrate mates, or maybe calling myself the invertebrate mate. See? Look at all those little roly-polies in there. They're called orange creams because they're kind of a creamy white colour with little orange lines. There we go. you'll probably be able to see them better in future videos. We're going to make a home for them. But they are lovely, beautiful little guys. I love isopods. They're one of my favorites. They're not an insect. They have way too many legs, and they don't have properly segmented bodies to be insects. They don't have the 3 segmented body. But we can talk about that more in the future. Now, the last thing we got here is our reptile. Yeah, we got the reptile. I'm not going to take him out and handle him because Naughty Cat is here. I don't want her hurting him. I don't want him getting too spooked. But he has already pooped once, which is a great sign. It means he has done a decent bit of eating recently, which is good for an Expo animal. Now, I want you to meet my new friend. His name is Salmonella, the crested gecko. He's just a little baby, but he's already a huge part of the Safari-Sam family. I know these aren't crazy exotic anymore. They're from New Caledonia. We thought they were extinct until 1994 when one fell into a researcher's tent. Classic. But they're a beloved gecko. Basically every table at the Expo had some for sale. This guy really caught my eye. They let us handle him, and he was just incredible. I actually don't know if it's a boy yet. I haven't tried to sex it, and I think it's too young to tell because the booths that we got him from, most of them had male or female labeled on them, but he did not. And you'll see us handle him in a future video. We're just going to call him until we got something else going on. But their name is Salmonella, Sal M. Manella, Sal M and Ella, Salmonella, Salmonella. That's his freaking name. His name's Salmonella, alright? So I got Salmonella. I'm proud to say it. I got Salmonella right here. I paid $35 for Salmonella. It's not a super expensive morph or anything. I loved the personality of this guy. My budget for one of these was about $50. You can get them for anything from like $20 to hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And there was a $50 one that I really liked, but at the end of the day, you don't have to spend a bunch of money to have a good friend. You just got to give it the time and effort, you know? And I think this little guy is going to be a great addition to the channel. So subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to see more. Thank you to our patrons for basically funding all of this. At the time of recording this, we don't have any patrons, admittedly. I asked people at the Expo if they... This is what I wore, my Fibonacci sequin shirt and classic hat. I asked people if they knew Safari-Sam at the Expo. 90% said they'd never heard of me, and 10% spit on me, which means they definitely heard of me, unfortunately. But yeah, we got a new friend, and I can't wait to do a whole video on this nursery and why it's necessary. We're also going to do a video on the bioactive setup for him, which is going to include the isopods. We're going to have videos on all kinds of insects and arachnids, arthropods, both that are terrestrial and live in the water. We got amphibian videos we're working on. We got a great big amphibian, and I mean big. It's going to be a huge creature. But this video is basically just a big sneak peek and a nice haul. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.